Remember, did you hit by any chance that subscribe button below? Because if you do, you will get notified whenever I post a new video. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As I said in the community post, I am planning on making a video about my latest visit to the neurologist. It had been a while since I'd been to the neurologist, and the way I am, I like to know that everything is under control and that I've been looked at recently so that my mind doesn't start, playing tricks on me and everything is blown out of proportions and I feel like I've never felt this bad. So I need to go to a neurologist frequently in order to, calm my thoughts and maybe dispel some fears that I may have about my MS progression. So, as I said in a video that I posted recently, linked to up here, I've been dealing with some weird symptoms. Namely, the biggest one that I had was that one where I lost complete control of my concentration, control of my any sort of brain activity. I wasn't able to read, I wasn't able to speak, I was only able to lie under the bed sheets and close my eyes and wait for everything else to pass, like a bad nightmare. So since then, and that's about 2 months ago, I'd been very nervous and, worrying that maybe I'd had a relapse and feeling like this relapse was causing consequences. It's like one of those obsessive thoughts that if you don't stop them in time, they just start escalating and getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So I was looking forward to that neurologist appointment that I set up myself because I called the hospital actively and told them, yo, you need to look at me because I'm feeling weird, I'm not feeling well, I'm experiencing all these weird things. Made them a list and everything. Well, I just had that appointment and I wanted to share with you what a neurologist appointment is like for me. And I'm assuming that this is a neurologist routine that everyone goes through. As I go listing the checks that they perform on me, you'll probably be nodding your head in recognition. Appointment at the neurologist, first check. The first thing they look at is basically my eyes. They made me look at a board in front of me and make me read the letters, like when you go to the optician pretty much. And then after that, with a light, they place it in front of my eye, I guess to see the response of my pupils to the light. Then they make me follow the finger from side to side. And as I've come to understand, this is a test that they do to check for nystagmus, it's called, N-Y-S-T-A. There, it's posted there. I've understood this because they told me that when I look to the left, my right eye shakes. And that's, as I understand, they call it the nystagmus. Once again, I'm just a patient and I'm not a doctor, so this is really just from speculation and from putting two and two together. Next check. After that, I get the muscular checks. For this, they make me, hold my hands together, press against their arms as they apply pressure. And I guess that is to see my muscular strength. They also pull my forearm from here and I have to resist it, from here and I have to resist it. And then the same thing with the legs. Well, I can't demonstrate it here. But they hold your leg down and you have to push against it, and then the opposite and you have to push against it. That is to see the muscular response and the muscular strength, because as MS patients, multiple sclerosis causes us to lose muscle strength. The next check. Now this is one that I haven't really understood yet, because honestly I've never had any weird response to it, but it's the one with that little metal hammer that vibrates, and then they place a vibration on your foot or on your hand, on your arm or the knee. Well, I've always felt the vibration, so I don't know. If there's anyone out here looking at this video who has had problems feeling the vibration, please do tell me about it. I'm very intrigued by this check. Next check. After this, they check for my reflexes. They do my elbow and they do my knees. Sometimes I do feel that some reflexes are more violent than others. For example, in my left leg, I feel like my reflex is to really kick with all my force. That's the most I've gotten from these reflex checks. Next and final check. They make me stand up. At first, they make me stand still, close my eyes and see where my balance is at. They place their hands besides your shoulders in case you're gonna start wobbling. And I often find myself falling onto one of the palms or both. And then after that, we go to the walking. That is the thing that I'm most nervous about, because as I walk, first start walking, normally, and then they make you walk one foot in front of the other. And that second exercise, I really have a hard time with. I get to take 3 steps, and after that, I lose my balance and I fall. So that's always a scary test. So that was a checkup I had. Results of that checkup. Well, number 1, that I got an MRI scheduled, because obviously it's been a while since I had my MRI and it sounds like there's been activity, particularly with the spasms that I made a video about. Other than that, I also got the result that there were no differences in my tests, in the tests that I just talked about. So this is a little bit worrying, I guess, because I have been feeling more symptoms, and sometimes even just getting a response that yes, there is a change in something can make you, explain why you're having these increased symptoms. You're like, well, okay, so there has been a change. Somehow, it really doesn't make me feel better to hear that there's been no change, you're exactly the same as before. Don't know why, for some reason, I guess that's just the way I am. I want to have an explanation to things. But other than that, I guess it was reassuring because I needed to have that neurologist check. It had been a very, very long time since the last time. Also, I want to say that having been, confined for such a long time, my walking hasn't been very much attended to. So I gave myself the challenge of walking all the way to the hospital, which is not that far. It's about a half an hour walk. As I did that, I took my cane with me and relied heavily on it. So my walking has definitely gotten worse. In the meantime, I will see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.